and welcome to my channel. If you haven't already subscribed to my YouTube channel, please subscribe in the tab above. If you would like to receive notifications of any future videos that I do, please press the bell below for notifications. And if you're watching from Facebook Live on My Keto Journey, I hope that you enjoy this video. This video is a series of stalling videos that I have done, and this one is in ketosis but not losing weight. These foods may be stalling your weight loss. So let's take a quick look at what could be causing these weight loss stalls. Welcome back to Stop Stalling series. Today we're going to take a look at some more specific foods that may be causing your stalls. These foods might be keeping you from getting ahead. The bad news is that a lot of them may be staples for you. Many of them seem keto friendly. They're low carb, they're low in net carbs and should be safe. In fact, they are safe for plenty of people. However, some people, certain foods can cause stalls. If you're not in ketosis but you're losing weight and have implemented everything advised in my other videos, here's a list of the most likely suspects. Dairy. Dairy is a tricky one. First of all, it's very energy dense. It has a lot of calories in it. That means that it can be really easy to overdo. Alas, keto isn't magical and calories still count. Secondly, it's often a carbohydrate bomb. A glass of milk has about 10 grams. It can have more or less depending on the fat content. Plus, we don't do milk on keto. We do almond milk, cashew milk, and coconut milk as long as it's unsweetened. So getting back to this, it can be tough to tell with yogurt. While the actual carb count is probably lower than what is listed on the label, fermentation contains some of the carbohydrate. You can't always just tell how many there are. This is even ignoring the fact that many yogurts contain additives including starch-based thickeners. Finally, dairy is especially prone to rounding down, even though many labels say that a serving of cheese contains 0 carbohydrate. Chances are that a serving contains as many as 0.7 grams. It seems very likely, but if you eat 2 servings, easy to do, it's going to add up over time. Many people rely on dairy when they drop it and they start losing again. Seeds and nuts. Seeds and nuts are horrible. I love nuts, especially almonds, especially the smoked ones or the spicy ones, and nut butter. Don't get me started. I can eat half a jar of it in one sitting. I have eaten half a jar and then some in one sitting. Do you see where I'm going with this? If not, here's the spoiler. I can't help eat nut butter in the house. I can't keep it in the house because it's a trigger food for me. I can only buy seeds and nuts in a single serve packages, and even then it's not advisable. Seeds and nuts are good sources of protein and fat, but they also contain carbohydrates, many of which are sugar and starch and therefore anti-ketogenic. They contain a surprising amount of carbohydrates. Actually, even macadamias, which is the most keto-friendly of the bunch, contain about 3 grams in a 2-ounce serving. This wouldn't be a problem, except that it is really easy to overeat them. Serving is way less than what you think, so all of a sudden your snack just blew into a carb count for the day. Many people find that their stalls go away when they stop eating nuts. Ethanol, this one's sad, very sad, because sugar-free candies seem like such a great way to deal with cravings. You want that forbidden treat. If you can't find a sugar-free version, no problem, right? Alas, that is very wrong. Ethanol is a sugar alcohol, so it does have 0 net carbs. However, its glycemic index is 52 for syrup and 33 for powdered. It will cause an insulin response and it will impact blood glucose. About half of the calories in erythritol can be absorbed. Cut the carbs of erythritol in your food in half and pretend that it's table sugar, and you'll have plenty good idea of why erythritol is not all good for people trying to maintain ketosis. If that's not enough of a deterrent, consider that erythritol has a laxative effect. Yes, many will eat sugar-free candies, and it will be a train that will lead you to disastrous effects. Trust me, the train will leave the station before it gets to the station. And sometimes it will be a bullet train. So don't trust your gas, because it can be an even crappier game. Fat bombs. Fat bombs and bulletproof coffee. I love fat bombs, but they can cause a stall. You're probably wondering why I'm saying this. This is where it gets more complicated. If you are using the ketogenic diet as part of a weight loss program, you should not be going out of your way to drink more calories, whether they are carb Y or not. It's not necessarily to maintain a ketogenic ratio for weight loss, and doing so can be part of why you're stalling if you're having too many bulletproof coffees or too many fat bombs. Remember the motto, carbs are a limit. Protein is a goal, fat is a lever. That's why we mean you should definitely not go above your carbs. You should definitely try to hit your protein, but absolutely do not need to hit your fat macro. Making it a goal is not to hurt your progress. If you're stalling, try cutting back on your fat a bit. Don't go below 50 to 60 grams a day of ingested fat. You need dietary fat to absorb certain nutrients. Avoid feeling like crap and maintain skin and hair health. But unless you're hungry or having trouble focusing, there's no need to ingest extra fat. Your body will eat from its stores. A ketogenic ratio is used for people who are treating neurological conditions like epilepsy with a ketogenic diet. In this case, a certain ratio of macronutrients is necessary to supply ketones. This type of therapeutic diet is not used for weight loss. It is used to suppress symptoms of an illness. Even if you have more ketones circulating while eating more fat, you will not be burning your own fat stores. And this is why we say no to erogenous ketones. Alcohol can indeed cause your weight to stall, and it can be a contributing to your lack of progress. Non-keto foods, this one is bound to ruffle some feathers. Heck, I didn't like to hear it at first either. There are those of us who are tempted to eat non-keto foods in small amounts, hoping that it fits in our macros. It won't throw us out of ketosis. There are those of us who can. There are those of us who can't. There are those of us who can have some non-keto foods in small amounts, but others nevertheless. If you've been eating small amounts of non-keto foods and hoping that you're still maintaining ketosis, well, you might want to stop. You see, there are several problems with doing this, just as you've learned that not all calories are the same and not all carbs are the same. You hopefully learned that not all sources of sugar, starch, fibers, etc. are the same. This kind of sucks because it makes things confusing. Let's take sugar, for example. A teaspoon or table sugar might seem like it could affect you the same way as 4 grams of sugar in a handful of raspberries would, but it doesn't. It isn't tempted with water and fiber the raspberries are. And the same is true for honey. While it may be paleo, it sure ain't hell keto. The ketogenic diet goes beyond helping adherents maintain ketosis. It also helps reduce inflammation and maintain general health. Non-keto foods don't help with that. They can also promote inflammation, which can indeed result in weight gain or a lack of weight loss. Cutting inflammatory foods may be the key. In the third and final installment of Stop Stalling, we'll look at underlying medical conditions that could be causing you to struggle with your weight loss. So keep your eye on that next video. If you've liked this video, please press a like. Comment in the comments below, show some love. I will get back to your questions if you have any. I hope that you have enjoyed this video. I hope it's helped you with finding out what foods that you've been eating can cause common keto stalls. Take care, guys. I hope that you're having a great weekend. Keto on. Bye-bye.